Hey everybody, this is Natasha. So, I have some bad news. The recording for A Dirty Job, which I recorded with Krista, there was a miscommunication about the way in which we were going to record this, and unfortunately we lost the episode. And I had the option to re-record it, but I have to be honest with all of you, I am not interested in talking about this book again. I don't know how many people listening are patrons who voted on what I would cover for the 2018 book club series, but this book was voted very high, and I have to think that the only reason that is the case is because most of you have not reread it in the last decade, because this book is littered with problems and really offensive stereotypes and horrifically misogynistic language, and is one of those unfortunate cases of a plot that is kind of genius, an idea that is exceptionally creative, being ruined by the limited viewpoint of the person telling the story. I can see how, as a younger person who did not have the awareness that I do now, I could have enjoyed this book a lot and thought it was really funny. But coming from where I stand today, there are so many racial stereotypes. There is a Chinese neighbor who eats all of his pets. There is a Muslim man who screams death to the infidels. There are two black characters, one of whom collects vintage pimpware, and the other who dresses like that himself anyway. And there are multiple references to a female character as a fuck puppet, because apparently all these women at the gym who look good only look good because they're kept women for men who already have wives, but they don't even rate high enough to be mistresses. And they're puppets because they're there to be fucked until they lose their looks, and then, like marionettes with cut strings, will lose all of their value and usefulness. And so, yeah, there is a woman character that right up until the end of the book, they reference her as the fuck puppet over and over again. I can't, you guys. It was hard enough to get through an hour talking about this, because the whole concept of the death merchants, of that all is really fun and really unique and is something that I wish I could have focused on, but it was totally eclipsed by this whole other ugly thing that was happening. And then there's the weird reveal that it's his baby who's actually the death with a capital D, which felt so incredibly and maybe that's supposed to be the joke, is that you know that and you're just waiting for him to figure it out. But it felt like it was supposed to be a surprise, honestly, in the way that it was written, and it wasn't. So there were, this is just my very short, hot take on it, since I already recorded for an hour and change. So yeah, I just could not justify taking a bunch of time out of my day next week to re-record when I just frankly don't have very much good to say about it. And there are moments where there are jokes that are really good, but they're almost immediately undercut by something gross. So, that kept, when Krista and I were recording together, we kept being like, so I really liked this part, and we'd read something, and then a sentence later we'd be like, but then he says this. And so it just became I'm trying to look for the good in this, and then I keep getting sidelined because he is sidelining me. So, call me a snowflake. I don't care. It's fine. But this is just not my bag at all, and it's a real bummer because I was excited about it based on how many people seemed really enthusiastic. If you listen to last month's episode on the... I keep wanting to say The Kite Runner because I kept thinking about it that way. The Book Thief with Jamie, she got really excited when she heard I was covering this and was like, oh my God, I'd love to record that with you. And then started to reread it and let me know, yeah, I'm not going to be able to record on this with you because I didn't get through it. And frankly, I almost didn't either. I only finished it because I was excited to vent about it on the show. And then once I vented about it, it just made me sad and I lost all my steam. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I'm sorry, everybody, that you're not getting a real episode this month. I hope that you all understand that some of you who have revisited it will know what I'm talking about. Those of you who haven't revisited it, you may want to just skim parts of it, because I think it'll be pretty easy to find something in whatever part of it you pick up and check out. And I think you'll really get where I'm coming from on this. And those of you who don't agree, that's totally your right, but I guess it's my show and I get to decide, so cool. So next month, June, will be on the Atrocity Archives by Charles Stross. I do not yet have a co-host for that one, so I'll keep you all apprised of who will be joining me on that. And if you would like to buy that, you can find it at unspoiledpodcast.com/book club and click on it and get it through Amazon to support the show. So again, I ask all of your forgiveness. I hope that you get it. And I will see you next month with a new episode. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.